So this review is a full and detailed review, so spoiler alert is right now. Hello everybody, happy Monday to you, and I'm back with a new book review. And welcome back to my channel. So as usual, I read the blurb first, and then we recap, review, and then rate the book overall. This book is called Seren by J. Nathan. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right because that's the way that it sounds in my head, so I'm hoping that that's how I'm supposed to be pronouncing it. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's just go ahead and get this review started, shall we? Seren Grayson is a tempest, heartless and destructive to anyone who crosses his path. But because of his good looks and talent on the football field, the students at Wyndham Prep adore him. They respect his boldness, they fear his wrath, and they believe they know the real Seren, but they don't. When I'm forced to move into Seren's home, I unexpectedly unleash his wrath and become his latest target. He may think I'm easy prey because I'm the housekeeper's daughter, but he's wrong. I'm not someone who will cower or back down when I'm pushed. I'll push back harder. The longer I spend in Wyndham, the more I unravel the mysteries of Seren and Grayson Manor. Who knew it would take an outsider to soften his tough exterior and discover the truth behind the lies? So we start the book off with Grace coming to the Grayson Manor to live with her mom. Her mom is the housekeeper and lives in the staff quarters, also known as the basement of the house. The reason why Grace goes to live with her is because her father had passed away, and her mom had only came to visit her, to visit them both on the weekends. But now that she's not there, or not now that her dad is no longer with them, she goes to live with her mom. And her mom's name is Rosalie, and she is friends with Maureen Grayson, who is the woman of the house, I guess best words to say. Maureen is in her second marriage to a man named Martin, who is her deceased husband's business partner. Maureen and her former husband have 3 sons. They have Seren, Saint, and Sawyer. When Grace first arrives and starts to explore the mansion, she catches Seren in a compromising position with a girl named Kiki. Seren immediately tells his mom, Maureen, to hire Grace to do some part-time maid work. Grace doesn't like the fact that Rosalie, her mom, has to wear this ridiculous maid outfit because, you know, she's friends with Maureen. It's like, why would you have to wear this outfit or something? But now she has to wear the same outfit, so she has to go along with it. But she also wants to save for college and everything, so, you know, that's the real reason of why she goes along with wearing a ridiculous outfit. Sawyer actually decides to become friends with Grace. And he knows that she isn't a bad person. And it does, for some reason, it rubs Seren in such a negative way. And, you know, Grace holds her own the entire book. Like, she actually remains very strong throughout the whole book with what she's about to experience. Grace has told, Rosalie has told Grace to stay away from Seren and the boys because they're trouble, basically. And especially Seren, because he's a troubled young man. Seren had let the air out of Grace's tires. Basically, he made her a victim of bullying at school. Because when she gets transferred to Wyndham Prep, mysteriously transferred over there, because nobody, as far as her mom was concerned and as far as Maureen was concerned, nobody actually had said anything. So she's like, why do I have to transfer into Wyndham Prep? You know, like, why do I have to be here? Who exactly said that I now live in this school district area? So, Seren basically had started the bullying of Grace at the school. Like, it was really sad. When Grace arrives, she is immediately bullied by the rich kids. Like, the ringleader mostly is Kiki, the girl who has self-proclaimed herself as Seren's girlfriend, even though she is not. Grace gets items stuffed in her locker, her car saran wrapped, and at some point there is a video of her that goes viral of her changing in the girls' locker room. And they have, whoever recorded it had like seductive music playing in the background and just a whole lot of awful stuff. She was just a victim of bullying. After a confrontation with Seren, he starts to take a step back and realize that Grace is not a bad person at all. And, you know, in a way he's known that the entire time. He's just been kind of projecting whatever issues that he has onto her. But he does realize that he likes her a lot. And, you know, he finds her attractive, desirable, and he starts to get closer to her. He tells Grace, like, his own personal secrets and his suspicions, that he believes that his mother killed his father. He was incredibly healthy, and then all of a sudden he just wasn't. Plus, her marrying Martine shortly afterwards was a red flag for him too. He is just resentful towards his mom and even more towards his stepfather. His father had left him the tech company that he has, just only to Seren. And Seren doesn't want the company since he wants to play football. His brothers don't know if they have an interest in the company just yet, but the company is Seren's if he decides to have it. So still, Grace gets bullied by her peers. Seren finds out who it was that had posted that video of Grace changing in the locker room with the seductive music in the back. And he finds the person who posted it, and he fights this guy. And then Grace starts to find out a few things. One, she finds out Kiki is responsible for the video, or for Seren to go confront the guy who posted it. And she and Kiki is also responsible for Grace's transfer to Wyndham Prep. And Kiki is just crazy. Like, as the reader, you have already figured that out, but yeah, she's nuts. Seren had invited Grace to go to prom with him, and that was kind of the reason why Kiki had mentioned to Seren about this guy who had about the guy who posted the video, the viral video, and he got into a fight with that guy. So when you get into a fight, you get suspended, which means that you can't participate in school activities like prom. So because he got suspended, for that. Grace and Seren actually have their own prom, and they end up together. Before graduation, Kiki says horrible, degrading things, and basically showing her true colors. Grace sees some people actually recording in Kiki's little outburst and rant, so she puts that on the school speakers while everyone is doing their walk to get their diploma. So, and that just brings Kiki's reign of terror and bullying to a close, because everyone starts to boo the queen bee off the stage, and of course she runs off. So, karma. Grace and her mom go back to the manor, and Grace goes to grab something in the kitchen and catches Martine pouring a powdery substance into Maureen's drink. Whew. Martine then blackmails and threatens Grace, Rosalie, and Seren. It's obvious that Martine was the reason why Seren's father is dead. Martine sends Grace to a marine biology internship, which she's been wanting this internship for a very long time, but now Martine has this ammunition that he uses against her, and basically he says, if you come in contact with anybody or you tell anybody about this, I won't hesitate to put this little powdery substance or worse into your mom's drink and to pin everything onto Seren or Seren, and or even Sawyer or Saint. Like, evil guy. Like he just makes it clear that he is an evil, twisted individual. And he shows, to make his point even more, like he shows that he has cameras everywhere, that his that the phones are bugged. They have cameras in a treehouse where Seren and Grace had their prom, which they had their special night in. He just makes it clear to Grace that he wants full control of the tech company and the money. And he basically tells Grace to disappear that night, or he'll hurt someone she loves. So, seeing that she has no choice, she does what he says. And that was a heartbreaking moment to read, when she is breaking Seren's heart, because she's trying to drop hints to him, but he isn't understanding what she's trying to tell him, because he is like hurt and angry at her. So a month goes by. Grace gets herself a plane ticket to Alabama, where Seren is playing football. Everyone seems to be safe, so Martine is holding his end of the bargain, or is keeping his word. And so Grace goes to the dorm where all the college players are, basically, and she pulls a Love Actually, where the guy had everything like written down, and she was showing the cards and everything of what was on. So when she sees Seren in his dorm, she writes down for him to leave his phone and to come outside and come chat with her. Shockingly enough, he actually listens. She then tells him what happened with Martine. And he now understands why she had left. And after she's done explaining, he now knows that they must get even with Martine, and he needs to be stopped. This book, in all honesty, had some twists and turns. Like, I wasn't expecting in a lot of things that had happened to have happened. And it kind of reminded me at first of a different book I had read called Bullied. And then it revolves into, then it revolved into something else entirely different. Like the concept of being of Bully was there, but it just took a different twist. There was a lot of things that were added in, and a whole bunch of twists to just make this book so good. There is love, betrayal, deception, murder, attempted murder, like a lot of things. And this book had me glued to my Kindle for like a day and a half. I love this book. I give it a 5-star rating. I finished it around midnight, and I remember I had to cover my mouth to stop me from shouting at my Kindle. I'm happy I read this. So I know I'm leaving you all on a cliffhanger, but you must read this book yourself and what happens next for yourself. I mean, it's a great book. You should definitely read it. So thank you, Grace Promotions and Jay Nathan, and for providing an ARC of Seren for me. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Seren immediately tells his mom